Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you are safe, I hope you are doing well, I hope you are making money as usual. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you guys a very simple strategy that I use on gold, and I was able to pass my phase 1 with funding pips. So I decided to buy a challenge with funding pips. I want to try them out, so I'm going to let you guys know if they are good or not after trading the account with them. So I'm going to explain how I got this sell on gold, and it allowed me to pass my phase 1 in basically 35 minutes. So you don't have to spend all day on your chart. If you have about 1 hour, I think this strategy is enough for you to spend just 1 hour on your chart and start making some money. You can make money on your funded account, your personal account, or maybe your challenge account. So if you are really excited for this video, make sure you stick till the end of this video, and then I wish you good learning. So let's get into it. Alright, so guys, this was the trade I took on gold, is sell, and it allowed me to pass my phase 1 with funding pips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this, and then I'm going to replay price at New York session. Okay, I'm going to replay price at New York session. I'm going to like break down from the higher time frame to the lower time frame so that you guys can understand the reason why I took the sell and how you can also implement it on your own. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to the daily time frame first. So on the daily, I can see that gold has been bullish for a while now. I can see that gold been bullish like crazy on the daily, but when we are bullish doesn't mean that we cannot have a pullback. So when I zoom in, if you try to let's say look at the market structure on gold, you can see that we have this pullback, this, and then eventually pullback. So as we took a high, we had like a high probability for this thing to give us a pullback to the downside, and this is the reason why I was looking to sell, because I wanted to sell the pullback. And remember, I scalp. So when I scalp, I don't need like some huge move to be able to maybe make money or something. Even if I have like maybe 200 pips or 300 pips on gold is enough. Okay, so here what I'm gonna do is I'm going to the lower time frame and I'll go to something like H1, and I'm going to see what we can have on H1. So, and on H1, when I zoom in here, we can see that we have some trend line liquidity that price created here, and then we have, I think, even more things like equal lows here, pretty much equal lows here. So this, all of this can be target. So what I did is like I have this sort of trend line liquidity, and then I have this equal lows as well as liquidity. So let me try to put this. We have liquidity. So when we have liquidity, we can sell price and target that liquidity. Liquidity, I use it in two ways. Okay, so let's say if you have equal highs here, there are two things we can do. If price come to the high, it's gonna take the high and then give me a sell. So from here I'm gonna sell. So when price hit take my liquidity, it gives me a sell, then I'm gonna sell. But what is liquidity, or how do we even use within, let's say, Forex market? So let's say even if you take like real life, and let's say if I want to buy an iPhone, right? If I want to buy an iPhone, I'll have to look for a seller. I have to look for someone that has the iPhone, and the person is willing to sell me the iPhone. So if someone is willing to sell me the iPhone, I can buy the iPhone from the person. So it's the same way with the Forex market. So if we created equal highs here, okay, that means that from here people are selling, from here people are selling. If price come back here, of course people are going to be selling. So if retail traders are selling from this zone, institutions are going to be buying the market, because if someone is selling an iPhone and I want to buy, I buy from the person. The same way, if I want to buy an iPhone, I'm gonna look for someone to if I want to buy an iPhone, I want to look for a seller, someone to sell it to me. So in this case, if a lot of people are selling here, retails or institutions are going to be buying. And then if, let's say, retails are looking to sell, institution, or if retails are looking to buy, institution are going to be selling. So that's what price does all the time from liquidity zone. So if you have equal highs, price gonna come take the liquidity and then drop down, because it's going to manipulate this zone so that it can go down. If somebody wants to sell, then it's gonna create a scenario for people to looking for buy, like breaking retails also. So when we have our liquidity, there are two things we can do. If price is down here, I can buy to target the liquidity, or if price is here, I can sell because it just took the liquidity. So I can buy to the liquidity, or I can take a trade after price taking the liquidity, or I can have my target for the liquidity as well. So I can use liquidity as target and as entry. So in this case, we can see that we have a bunch of liquidity down here. Like I expected price to come and take it out. So what I want to see price doing here is I want to see price sell and come take this liquidity. So this liquidity I have it as a target. Okay, I have it as a target. So I have to now go to my lower time frame. In this case, I'm gonna go to something like the 5 minutes and I'm gonna look for my entries. So when I come here, I first want to trade London or New York. So in this case, it's gonna be New York. And one thing you have to understand is you have to understand the market structure as well. So what do you see here? You have a high, you have a low, and eventually you have a high and then probably a low. The reason why I don't use this as a change of character for a buy setup is because if you see well, we have upside liquidity. If I zoom in, you see we have a trend line. Okay, we have a trend line liquidity here. So I expect the price to buy, take out the trend line liquidity here, and then give me a sell setup to the downside. If I play price, you can see that price came, it took the liquidity, and eventually it went down. So this is what price does all the time. If there's a liquidity, like in this case, you can see we have liquidity here. Price bought, it came, it took the liquidity, and then it gave me a sell setup to the downside. But this sell was massive, but I didn't get the entry. So in this case, if I don't get here, I can still like wait for a pullback here and then maybe sell here. If I don't get there, I can still wait for a pullback here and then sell here. Because you know, when price bearish, it will eventually give you a pullback and eventually give you more sells and more sell. So in this case, I waited, price did all of these things, I didn't get any entry until it broke the low. So after price broke the low here, this is where I was interested into getting a setup. Okay, I think here we have some news event, that's why I think price did all of this. But there was like entry, I think there's like a mitigation POI here that price gave like a reason to sell from. Yeah, I think let me go to something like the 1 minute to see if there's something. There was nothing. This is news, but still this is like unmitigated week, so price came mitigated, gave a sell, but I didn't get the sell there. So this is my range here. I expected price to give me a pullback and eventually give me a sell setup to the downside. So first I have to identify my liquidity and I have to identify my POI. So in this case, I can see that price created this sort of a trend line. Okay, the same thing again. Remember, when there's trend line, price will eventually buy, take out the trend line, and then give me a sell setup to the downside. So when I have this, I want to see price give me a change of character. So for me to have like a confirmation entry, I can maybe have this or I can maybe have this. I want to have something, but the safest option is this. I want to see price sell, tap this and then buy, or let's say take this and then give me a pullback and give me a sell. Or if that didn't happen, I wait for price to create a new high and then give me something like this. Like I just want to see a change of character and then a sell setup. So in this case, all I have to do is I waited. Okay, like I waited, price came, it created a new high again. If you see well, in this case it looked pretty much like equal highs, but if you zoom in well, you can see that it took this high. I don't really like when price does that, but in this case price took it anyway. It looks equal highs to me. So in this case, if price did this, I can now look for this low. If price breaks this, then I'm gonna sell to the downside. So when I play price, he played around a bit and then he saw they gave me that change of character I'm looking for. So from here I have my change of character. So again, if I have to break it down, we have a liquidity graph from this zone and then we have a change of character, pullback, and then sell setup. So this is how I have my setup. I just had to like look for some POI here. I have this guy. Okay, so I had my entry pretty much around this POI. My entry was, yeah, pretty much around here. My stop loss was above this high because I don't want to put my stop loss here. That would be like way too aggressive. So my stop loss was there, and my TP is basically the market structure. So previous low, so the previous low was my TP, so I extended my TP at this low, and that was it. That was like 3.5 hour. I usually risk around 1%. The highest I can go is 2%, but that's if I have like a 4 hour or 5 hour trade. But in this case it's 3.5. Is below the average I usually take. So in this case I went like a bit higher. I have around 2.4 to 2.5%. So I think it's around 2.4 something. So I just made sure that my TP is exactly the 8% target. So I just had to like wait for a pullback. Price came, it triggered me in, and then I guess he played a bit around and eventually he sold and he hit my TP. So this is how, yeah, he hit TP. So this is how I was able to get the setup. And basically this is pretty much all I do. I wait for a liquidity build and I wait for price to come take it, and I look for sell. And after I get the sell, I just have to look for opposite side liquidity. Price came, hit my liquidity, and then done. Okay, I do this every single day. This strategy works every single time. So again, if you look, how long did I hold this trade? I hold it for less than an hour. From this zone to this zone, that's like 37 minutes. So I held the trade for around 37 minutes, and that's it. I didn't hold more than that. 37 minutes done. And if I come to my funding pips dashboard, you can see this is the account target. I hit 4k, and that was basically one trade that you can see here. I traded the following day just to get my trading days, and I have one more days left. So probably on Monday I'm gonna be getting phase 2, and after I get my phase 2, then probably after I get my phase 2, and if I pass the phase 2 and I trade the live account, I make money, I would definitely request for the payout, and I will see if they're actually good. Like if funding pips is good, if I trade with them, everything goes fine, I'll definitely give you guys a feedback if funding pips is actually a good perform or not. So far so good. They don't have MT5 ni MT4, but they have C trader, match trader. But the account I traded here, this was C trader, okay, and it was pretty much it. This was really nice. And apart from that, if you like this sort of content, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you want more about my strategy, you can also join my mentorship. I have a full course from market structure, psychology, everything you need to trade and then master the strategy, start making money, pass challenge, and do everything. And when you join, you have access to the weekly calls, which I break down the higher time frame, so you don't have to. So every week I do the call, you have access to the higher time frame views, and then you can just daily look for your entries on the lower time frame, which you learn from the course. And you have access to a Discord community as well. So this is the community here, these are the people. And then if you see here, these guys are also killing the thing. You see here, they have pretty much the same setup as I do. So if I try to, let's say, break this down, this price drop, it took Asia low, it took liquidity, it broke structure, price pullback, mitigated, and gave a buy. So you can see that all of these, the entries and stuff, are just based on liquidity. Payout, yes, if you learn, you'll definitely get payout. This my premium member got a payout from Alpha Capital and more here. So if you want to learn this style and then make money as these members are doing, as I do, make sure you check the link below this video. You'll have access to my Instagram. You can DM me on Instagram if you have any question, or you can just check the website and you can just pay and join. And the mentorship, it was actually $249 before, but right now I made it to $149. So if you want to join for $149, you have access to all the course lifetime. Okay, you have access to this thing lifetime. So I think you should be all set to start making some money. So thank you for watching the video, and see you guys later.